Hey everyone, I know it's been a while since I've posted, but for anyone who's been active in the BDO community knows that there has been a decrease in player activity since the announcement of the class reworks a few months ago, along with other MMO games being released like New World and Elion, and I'm pretty sure Elion came out today or yesterday. But since the Wizard, Witch, Mewa, and Musa reworks are out on the Global Lab server, there has been some much needed attention that has been brought back to the game temporarily. But if you've been following my channel for some time, you'll know that I'm a Suck Musa main, so we're going to be covering that in this video. First off, I'm going to show a quick little video showcasing what Suck Musa can look like while doing a small portion of Star's End, just so you guys can all see like a little visual of how the rework is in action, and then we'll go into more detail about the skill changes, etc. But just a preference, this video is not mine, so if you guys want to go and support the person who filmed this video and uploaded it himself, the link will be in the description below. But yeah, here's a little video. So as you can see, PA has changed a lot of the visuals for Suck Moose's abilities, and I personally am a big fan of the visual changes since his attacks seem to have more AoE to them, which will allow for more mobbing damage, and just the blue little, like visual stuff is really cool to me. But a huge important thing to note in my opinion is that even though Awakening Musa did get a movement buff and Suck did not, they still didn't fix or change the stamina issue that people who play this class have been running into. Since this class was meant to be made to be the fastest class in the game, capping it at a current stamina in my opinion causes his increased movement not to be allowed to capitalize on, and it kind of seems like they allow this specific class to have a base stat that's higher than the others, yet they limit it to the level where it just seems parallel to other classes, since other classes have like an infinite stamina or a slower stamina decrease in their gauge compared to Musa. But after reviewing the Global Lab patch notes, which I'll put in the description below if you want to read over them yourself, it seems a majority of Suck Musa's abilities have been buffed in terms of base damage and range, which is really nice. But in addition to this, there are some cooldown buffs on certain skills, which will be useful in long dragged out fights and like 1v1s or anything like that. But another cool thing that they changed is now there is a majority of skills that can be reset, allowing the player to kind of spam over and over as long as they reset it with Serene Mind. So in the past, if you had Serene Mind, for example, if you were to use Blooming, if you were to do like, I think it's Dragon Bite, I could be wrong, and then Backstep Slash, and like if you were to proc Serene Mind, you could then use Blooming again, so you could like just spam it over and over again as long as you proc it. So in Global Labs, they did add all these new abilities to be used with Serene Mind. So I'll put like a little video showcasing like the little spam thing on screen. But I think that is a really cool thing that can be used because they can come up with some cool new combos. But again, it's only on Global Labs, so I'm not exactly sure how it's going to be used yet in terms of the live realm or like the live servers, but we'll see. One of the biggest flaws in this rework is the stub arrow changes, which I know a lot of people on people's streams yesterday were complaining about. And as many players know, Suck Moose's biggest engagement, in my opinion, was his stub arrow, because if you were able to get the CC off, you would be able to engage without the fear of being grabbed or just CC'd yourself. But the change that they added is to where you draw out an arrow, which I'll show on screen, but you kind of just like draw out an arrow and you load it into your quiver, and then you have the option of shooting it. So it's kind of like you're just like loading in arrows, which I mean, it makes sense because he does have like a quiver and bow, but like, I don't know. It seems like it just seems like it's gonna add unnecessary time during combat. So I'm not sure exactly how I feel about this. And again, I haven't tested anything myself because I am not able to access Global Labs at the moment. But it just seems like an unnecessary addition. Like, it's cool for quality of life, but again, for combat, like PvP, I don't see it being beneficial. But they also changed it to where you can't add the skill to a hotbar or keybind it, which I think is a downright nerf. I don't know why they would prevent you from being able to add that to a keybind or somewhere on your hotbar. I think that's really silly, but I don't know. I feel like that this change should just be reverted back to the way the skill is on live servers. I don't really like what they've done to stub arrow. I think how it currently is on live servers is just like okay. Like granted, there could be things that could be done to it to make it better, but overall, I think it is an okay ability. It does allow for CC and allows for us to engage. But what they've done on Global Labs, I just think is, yeah, I don't like it at all. I do enjoy that they did buff the class's mobility and damage, but not changing or doing anything to the stamina kind of upsets me because I feel like his stamina is a big core principle of his class, and since that did not get changed or fixed, I do disagree with what they did in that situation. Again, I do enjoy that they did buff the damage and the mobility, but I think that they need to change some things about the stamina just to make this class overall better. But granted, this is just a Global Labs patch, and it's only been about 2 days since the release, so everything is subject to change. And I'm not going to go into any specific detail on Awakening Musa since I don't play and never will play Awakening Musa, but Awakening definitely got the better end of the stick, and I'm somewhat disappointed that Suck didn't receive similar love. But I know PA isn't perfect, but I do think that the changes are a good thing since it allows the players to test it and then give back their feedback in hopes that they hear and review everything that's been said and adjusts or fixes the problems at hand. Sadly, I wasn't able to access the global labs for this patch, but once everything comes to live servers, I will be making future videos over it and going into more specific detail over each skill and my opinions on them. I'll probably just do this like on stream one day and then probably take the highlights of that stream and then throw them into a video somewhere. But yeah, so until those patches go onto live server, I'm just going to be reviewing other people's streams and seeing what they think about it and then reviewing it myself, and then this is my feedback from that. So yeah, overall, I'm not sure how I feel about the current global lab changes they did to Suck Musa. I love the visual changes that they added to the skills, but even with the speed and damage buffs, the stub arrow changes and nothing being done about the class's stamina, which I find to be far more important than the visuals of the class, makes this seem kind of to me, you know, like just like, I don't know. It just leaves me kind of in like a limbo. But I'm still going to be playing this class regardless of what happens, since I do love Suck Musa and the playstyle. And I'll always push the mindset of play what you enjoy, not what's meta, because you're going to enjoy the time spent on the game more if you enjoy what you're playing. But this video is just my first impressions of a day-long reviewing of the changes, and again, I'd love to see what happens later on, and we'll cover it in future videos. But yeah, if you guys made it this far in the video, then thank you guys so much for sticking around and hearing my thoughts. I appreciate all the support. Again, I know I say it in every video, but it's been about like 2 months since I've posted my last video, and you guys have blown that video out of the water. It's currently my most viewed, most liked, most everything video on my channel. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate that so much. But if you guys want to join the Discord server where we discuss the updates on the game and just, you know, talk about anything in general related to BDO, then you can click the link in the description below. But yeah, for now, that'll be it. Again, if you guys want to leave a comment down below discussing your opinion, or if you want to reply to anything that I stated in this video and give your own opinion on it, I would love to hear your feedback. That's what this video is mostly about. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.